Okay, guys, this is why beginners, I talking to beginners only because this was something that nobody explained clearly to me, Dread. We know the rule, okay? Now let me explain risk, okay? Let me try to explain this. So when you paper trading, you notice you have the chart, right? And then you enter right here to go up. If it goes down, you notice a number down somewhere down here. It start going red and it has a minus. Okay, and most beginners, if you paper trade, you'll notice that sometimes your account size, it you don't sell fast enough, and you'll have a minus 10,000, minus 15,000, minus 30,000 in red. Okay, that's what they call your um. They give it a fancy word. Basically, that's how much you had a loss at. You had a big loss. Basically, the ability to control the size of your loss is what they call risk. Okay? Once again, the ability to control how much you losing, whether you could choose the ability to just control whether you lose 20,000 or whether you lose $200. They call that controlling your risk level. Okay? Now, what they don't tell you is this. Would percentage have anything to do with risk with it? Well, if you lose $200, instead of just saying how much money you lose, they work out and say, hey, that's just 1%. Or if you lose 20,000, they could work that out and say, hey, you just lost 50%. Okay? Traders in the past, expert traders, they came up with a strategy. They say when you when you trading and the stock goes in the opposite direction and you start losing money and it go red, minus red, they say don't allow yourself to lose more than 1%. Okay? They okay, let's don't get confusing with the terms. That's what they call, okay? So if losing $200 and you calculate it and losing $200 is only 1%, then don't allow yourself to lose more than $200. Hurry up, sell. That's their rule, okay? And as beginners and those who paper trading, you will see and you will thank yourself later on, and you will realize that if you be an idiot and you keep holding the stock and don't want to hurry up sell because of whatever reason, it can end up growing and growing and growing and growing to 80,000, 8,000, then 10,000, and you have this big red loss. And then again, if you do it on the next trade, you have another minus 7,000. Then you lose again on the next trade, and now you have minus 15,000. And then when you add up all three, you down at a minus 30. They say to avoid those big losses like that, just sell after you lose 1%. When you're able to control yourself and control yourself to get out and sell after you lose 1%, they call that risk management. Okay? It will, okay, now I did another video explaining how controlling and keeping your losses at 1%, how that keeps you having green days. I did a video on that if you want more clarity on that. Okay? Here's something I want to explain to beginners after explaining that. This is why you don't want, here's why you don't want $1,000 account. Okay, I had to explain that because you need to be applying. You're not gonna risk no more than 10%. Okay, that's why I had to explain that. If you have $1,000 account and you going to obey not risking more than 1% of your account, whatever account, how much, whatever, however amount of money you have in your account, don't risk no more than 1% of your total amount of money in your account. So 1% of $1,000 is $10. This means whatever the stock price is, you only got $10 to spare, not 1,000, $10. So you could probably only buy about four shares. Okay, you're not gonna make much profit on that. You can calculate it. Let's say this rise up to $3.30. You're only gonna make $1 or $2 profit, $13 or so. You can't get rich like that, folks. Okay, now here's the problem with beginners. If you're intelligent enough, you should say, okay, we hear what you're saying, but there's a problem. We trade in to get huge profits. If we obey this 1% risk, somebody say, hey, why don't I just take the whole 1,000 and buy $1,000 worth of $2.30 stocks? Well, it's using this. If you do that, you're using 100% of you're risking or using 100% of your account size. That's the percentage you're using. That's against the rules. Okay? So, okay, now, stay with me. There's two things. To be successful in trading, you need to keep your risk low and you need to keep a high profit. But to have a high profit, okay, so this is straight, but your profit is going to be low if you obey 1%. Somebody say, and you guys thinking the only way around this is to increase this to maybe 5% or 10% or 50% or even 100% and use your whole account so you could have more money available to buy more stocks. If you use of all your whole account or 100%, if it's 1,000, you could buy like 500 shares. Oh, that's a lot. That's good. That's a good amount. Somebody say, well, that's how I have to fix it. It's either or. Either you obey 1% and have a low profit, or either you increase 1% and have a and take that chance and have a higher profit. Well, that's one way to do it. But let me explain this, beginners, and then you can understand why $1,000 account size you wouldn't trade with it. There is one more way that you beginners are not seeing how you could obey 1% risk and have a high profit. This is how. This right here. Increase your account size. When you increase your account size, it does two things. It allows you to keep 1% and not increase this, and it allows at the same time it's going to allow you to have a higher profit. Because as I will show you, as you can see, watch how I increased the account size from 1,000 to 8,000. I have $80 now, obeying 1%. Watch when I increase it from 8,000 to 20,000. I have $200 now I could use to buy a stock at $2.30. I could buy like 100 instead of 10 or instead of two or three. Watch when I add 50,000. I could still keep 1%, but now I have 500 to spare or to use to buy stocks. But this could end up giving me like 300 and something stocks. What if I increase it to 9 and cut my account size to 9,000? I have $900 I could use to buy stocks at $2.30. That's about 700 position size I will have. So you see, when you have a higher position size, or you could buy 5, 700, 1,000 shares or so, you're gonna have a higher profit. You could. That's how it works. But as you can see, when you increase your account size to these big numbers, your 1%, this is what I want to show y'all. Your one, listen, this is still 1%, okay? And this is what I try to help y'all understand. I told y'all, you don't have to change your risk. Just keep it at 1%. What you need to do is really increase your account size. As you can see, you kept this fixed, but increase your account size, and now you have $10,000 here to buy $10,000 worth of $2.30 stocks. You looking at close to 3, 4,000 shares. With that amount of money, if that stock goes up at least 10 cents, 15, 20 cents, you can make close to 10, $14,000. So beginners, if you understand what I explained, this is what you need to focus on. And now you know why you don't want to ever trade with $1,000 account size. Or if you do, the problem you're gonna have. And some of you seeing what I you seeing and living out what I'm explaining.